Hey guys, it's your girl Nosh, and welcome. I just wanna talk about that new moon that we had last night. I myself didn't get any sleep last night. I hope you got some sleep. Um, I myself was up and I was emotional and I was criticizing myself down to the T. Like, why am I like this? Why do I do this? Why do I da 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 da? But these are all good things. So if you were doing the same thing, you were criticizing yourself, you were sitting there nitpicking with the things that you do, and you were basically kind of in your feelings. That is a good thing because that's where we needed to be last night, because today is a little better. Today is the day that we walk into who we really are, and who we want the world to know what we are and who we are, in a sense. Like, like we put on this face, right? All of us, especially if you have a Leo placement, that this message is applies to everyone. We always put this face on for the world while we hide who we really are underneath. Like the us, the me's, the yous that you really are when the lights go off, when everyone goes to sleep and you're sitting there in your bed. You know what I mean? It's a little joke that they say that you want to know who someone is, see what they do when they're alone. Like, what do they do in bed? Like, do they sit there and cry? Do they sit there and daydream? What is really going on with someone? You want to know? Check them out when they're alone, because we tend to have these personas that we tell the world, or we show the world, but then who we are inside when we're alone is completely different. So last night, the persona that we've been showing to the world, right, has ended. We're no longer pretending to be who we're not. We're no longer accepting things that we should not be accepting. Number one, if you were in bed last night criticizing yourself on why do you act like this and why do you treat people the way you do, you will understand that there's a reason behind it. There's a deep core issue behind it. For some of you, it may be trust. For some of you, it may be abandonment. For some of you, it may be neglect. These are different wounds that we were supposed to look at last night and in a sense, manifest for them to go away. Manifest for more wisdom, manifest for more self-love, self-understanding, and on top of it, understanding and self-love for others as well too. So if you were one of those Leos that was feeling emotional last night and you were criticizing who you are and what you do, just remember, you weren't doing it because you were being negative. You were doing it because you want to grow. This is what happens when you want to grow. You look at yourself and then you can actually break yourself up piece by piece and try to understand why you operate the way you operate. So last night was a major call for that. So, but this morning, waking up, you'll remember who you are. It's like you needed to think about those things, go to sleep. Your soul had to align to its destiny, because that's what you were doing. That's why you were thinking about those things, because your soul is asking you to align to its destiny. So if you were criticizing yourself in the sense where you were like, why do I give so much other people time, but I don't make time for myself? Why is it that I'm always willing to help others, but when it's my turn to get some help, no one's around? These were the exact things that you needed to be thinking about, because today when you wake up, you're going to be so fit into the design that you were made for. You're going to realize that, the people that you have been giving time to, who haven't been giving you time, you're going to pull back. You're going to be more intelligent moving forward. Some of you are going to be more intelligent moving forward. Some of you are going to be more heartfelt moving forward. Some of you are operating from logic. And what you're going to do now moving forward is, those of you operating from logic, you're going to be moving from your heart space now. The best thing for a Leo or any Leo placement to do is to move from their heart space. When we get in our minds, right? Like last night, we were in our minds. That super in new moon, that intensity of that new moon last night had us in our feelings and in our mind. And both were battling, basically. Like, your mind was like, well, I don't really give a fuck about this shit no more. Your heart was like, but we do. We do. That's why we're thinking about this. We do. That's why it's disrupting our beauty sleep right now. Like, I was up all night. I could not fucking sleep for shit. I was just tossing and turning. And then finally, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, I fell asleep. But I woke up this morning with such intensity of wanting to move forward, wanting to shine, wanting to be who I am, and not giving two fucks what anybody thinks or says. And this is where we needed to be, because the past few weeks, or soon as this Venus in retrograde started in Leo, we've been kind of like keeping quiet. I'm talking about the Leo placements. We've been keeping quiet. We've been drinking it all in. We haven't been saying how we feel. We haven't been moving about how we want to move. We've been watching everybody else, and we've been trying to be nice. We've been on the P's and Q's with everyone. We've been trying to be polite when other people have not been polite with us. Other people have been walking all over us. Other people have been criticizing us. Other people have been putting us down. And we've been like, okay, valid point, valid point. Criticism taken, criticism accepted. I understand. So last night, everything that you ever heard about yourself or you were ever told about yourself, last night was the night that all of it was ruminating in your head. Like, well, this one said I'm like this and that one said I'm like that. But in reality, Leo never gives a fuck about this shit. So what the hell happened? The transits happened. What the hell happened? Venus moving retrograde in Leo happened. It really made us like, I thought I was the shit. Wait, I am the shit. But well, wait a minute. What? We all have some type of situation in our life, if you have a Leo placement, that is either showing us or has showed us that we must shine no matter what. Okay, if we are shining and another person doesn't like it, we need to remove that person. If we are shining and someone is trying to dim our shine, we need to remove that person. Well, not remove them, but distance yourself. Put yourself first. All I'm trying to say is Leos. Leo rising, Leo moon, Leo Venus, South Node Leo, North Node Leo, Mars in Leo. All you need to do is understand that once you understand that you love yourself, right? You love yourself and you're committed to showing up for you. And you're committed to becoming a better person, then yes, this will work. But if you're a Leo that's stubborn, who doesn't want to change, who doesn't want to understand these things, who doesn't want to grow, then this video probably is not going to help you. And if anything, you're going to get mad at me and probably throw tomatoes. Please don't throw tomatoes. I like to eat tomatoes, not get them thrown at me. But anyways, like I said, you're more than welcome to sit and listen to the video. But if you don't agree or if you have something else to say, please share it down in the comments. But please try to be respectful as possible. But from what I'm understanding is the past few months, right? Beginning of summer, or I would say beginning of spring, or the ending of spring going into summer, we've all come into a situation where it has made us reflect who we are. It's made us look at who we are twice. In some cases, the situation was in a sense where we had to double check ourselves. You know what I mean? Like and in some cases we were being doubtful of ourselves. And I feel last night's new moon, right, which is carrying over today, August 17th, what it's doing is it's helping us understand that, yes, there's some things that we need to change, but we still are those lions. We're still lions. You know what I mean? Regardless of how you look at us, we're still lion. We're still strong. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We're still strong regardless of what anybody said, what anybody has done to us. We are still strong. Okay? We cannot be manipulated. We cannot be lied to. We do not put up with that bullshit. Remember who you are. You're a fucking lion, dude. You're a lion. What does a lion do? We're supposed to sit on our rock and just bathe in the sun. Now, we don't do shit. We just sit and bask in the sun till somebody says something, and that's when we walk down from the rock and we're like, hey, what the fuck did you say? But as you are getting older and you're getting wiser, you're understanding that there's no reason to come down from the rock or even say anything anymore. If a person or situation is meant to be in your life, right, they will stay in your life. If it's not meant to be in your life anymore, the universe will pull it away from you. The one thing that Leo is understanding, especially last night, is that it is what the fuck it is. No more fearing shit. If somebody wants to leave, let them fucking leave. If they're not happy, okay, then they're not happy. Fine. That's their perception. One thing you got to worry about, Leo, is, are you happy? Are you okay being where you are? Are you okay being loved the way you are being loved? Are you even being loved? Now, if you love yourself, you'll be able to tell the difference between what is love and what is love and what isn't love. And this is basically the most important thing that's happening for Leos. Leo is a sign of self-love. Leo is a sign of love. Leo is a sign of the sun. The sun. What is the sun? Ego. Do you have a healthy ego? Do you operate from a healthy ego? Do you operate from a damaged ego? Do you operate from a highly intense ego? These were the questions we were asking ourselves last night. Like, why me? Why this? Ego is always why me. So last night, if you had a situation and you were laying there thinking, or you were sitting there thinking, like, I've tried my best, I did this A, B, C, and D, and this person is still not happy, then you know what, Leo, you need to continue doing what you're doing. And if that person wants to stay and work it out with you, that person can stay and work it out with you. If that person wants to leave, give them the opportunity to leave. But once they leave, understand, Leo, remember this, that they left. And you will still breathe. You will still be breathing. You were breathing oxygen before you met this person. You'll be breathing oxygen after they leave, because you don't breathe people, you breathe oxygen. And Leo, you needed to be reminded of that last night, because I feel like in some cases, the Leo placements were getting consumed by something, and sometimes too much of something is not good. So I'm hoping that last night's new moon was able to help you understand the barometer of how much you're putting in, and are you even getting the same back? Are you fighting a fight that's not even gonna fucking go anywhere? Are you arguing with someone who just likes to argue, and you're just gonna end up arguing with them, and it's gonna be a never-ending argument match here? Because you know how Leos like to be. You know how we like to be. We like to prove our point. But sometimes I feel like as we get older as Leos, it's not about proving the point anymore. It's more about peace. And I feel like a lot of Leos are going to be searching for that peace after last night. Like, if you don't bring me peace, bro, get the fuck out of my face. If the situation doesn't bring me peace, I'm not going to deal with it anymore. Or I can't say that for everyone, because some of you Leos are married and your spouses may not be giving you peace at the moment. For those of you that are in a relationship or that are married, right? Specifically Leo placements that are married or in a relationship, my best advice would be to please be clear with communication. Tell your spouse, tell your significant other exactly how you've been feeling. Tell them you had something on your mind. Tell them you've been thinking about things. The more clear cut your communication is, the more it'll help you, and the more it'll help your spouse. Okay. So this way they can understand how you are operating right now, because 9 times out of 10, you're probably being moody and they're like, what the fuck? What's going on? Or some of you are dealing with spouses that are really moody, and you're like, what the fuck? What's going on? And you being a Leo, you don't like to be ignored. You don't like to have a partner that shuts down on you. You like communication. You like that back and forth, because you like to cuddle. No one wants to cuddle with a prick. I mean, a cacti. You know what I mean? Leos love to cuddle. We're naturally cats, right? We're cats, we're lions. And what do lions and cats like to do? We love to cuddle. And it's hard to cuddle with someone who has thorns. So when your spouse or your significant other is upset with you, and you want to kind of make up and get over everything that's been going on, but your spouse is still stuck, or your significant other is still stuck on that argument, and they got thorns now. You want to be done with the argument and you want to cuddle, but this person still got their thorns. You have to understand, Leo, that with some people don't bounce back as easily as you do, and it's okay. Now, the thing that goes with this is, do you have the patience to watch this person bounce back? Or do you have the patience for this person to bounce back? Because some people have different bounce back rates. Like me as a Sagittarius, I bounce back like this. I say how I feel, and that's it. I'm over it. Now, some people may think, oh, like I've had someone say to me, well, that's how it goes. Like if you are upset with something, and when you no longer feel like being upset with it, so you can just move on from it, does that mean that the other person is your punching bag? And I listened to what this person said, and I was just like, no one's a punching bag. I'm just saying that when I want to say something and I feel something, I like to deliver it right then and there, because I don't like to think about it or let it fester, because what ends up happening is then I'm up all fucking night and I can't sleep, which is my Leo rising trait. If I'm up all night and I can't sleep because I'm thinking about, the argument or why I was upset, it calls into my beauty sleep. It really affects me, and being in bed, relaxing and dreaming about Kim Taeyong and my BTS boys. I don't want to be doing that. I want to figure it out. I want to resolve it. Me being the mutable sign, I want to resolve it. I want to figure it out. But me being the fixed sign in my rising placement, right, the Leo, it's more like, well, damn, I argued. Now I want it to be over with. But as a Leo, what you do is you want to get to the facts. You want to get to the point. As a mutable sun sign that I am, I just want to get it over with. But with Leos, I know you guys want to prove that what the person that you're arguing with, or the person that's criticizing you, or doing whatever it is, you want to prove to them that what they're saying is not correct about you. And I wholeheartedly understand you. But sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it's not worth it for you to exhaust your energy on certain individuals that only see things the way they see them. Now, these are other signs that you may be dealing with, right? Other people that you may be dealing with, work situations that you may be dealing with, where they see you some way and you don't even see yourself that way, but these people are projecting that onto you. That's number one thing I want to talk to you about right now before I let you go. Don't let these projections hurt you or affect you or influence you. Leos, you're very strong-minded. It's not easy to manipulate a Leo. I know that for a fact because I'm a Leo rising. I'd be damned if somebody tried to sell me some fucking snow, right? No. I'll turn around and fucking sell it back to you. This is where you have to use your intelligence. Don't let people manipulate you into thinking that what they're saying about you is you. You know who you are. You know what you've been through. You know the warrior that you are. You know the soldier that you are. You know the lion that you are. Be that. Okay? Today, after the new moon from last night, today is the day to show, improve, and to show up for yourself, and to have that confidence, and to have that belief again, to have that love again for yourself that you kind of lost last night. For a couple of hours last night, you kind of wasn't feeling that. So today, beautifully, it's my mental is just like popping right now. It's so beautiful, right? In the sense that you woke up today and you're probably feeling different. You're probably feeling more confident. You're probably feeling like your self-esteem just shot up 20 levels, right? You know why? Because while you were sleeping last night, your soul basically was aligning itself to its destiny. So whatever you were thinking last night helped you understand, right? Helped your soul understand where it needs to go and what it needs to do. So now, waking up today, you're either going to continue arguing with those people, or you're going to continue being in that situation, but you're going to look for a better tactic to deal with it. Right? Especially, you know, some of us are in situations where we just can't walk away because we care about people, or we care about our family in situations like that. For me, it's always family. Like, there's always something going on in my family where I'm just like, I just kind of want to run away, but I can't because it's fucking family. So today, some of you are dealing with lovers, spouses, significant others, or crushes, or whatever it is. But today is really that day that you're going to ask yourself, do I want to keep fighting, or do I want to just like kind of keep quiet for a little bit and see where the fuck this goes? And by being quiet and seeing where the fuck this goes doesn't mean that you're taking the fault, or you're keeping yourself quiet. What I want you to do is I want you to analyze, and I want you to observe, Leo. What are you getting out of this? And you will know the answer. If you are receiving love, if you fix this situation, right? Or whatever situation you're in, the struggle, the shambles that you're in, if you fix the situation and you continuously are receiving love while you're fixing the situation, then absolutely go for it. But if at any moment in time you are not receiving love, you are not receiving the I guess the recognition that you should be receiving, or the accolades that you should be receiving for the work that you've been doing, for showing up and not punching a motherfucker in the face for the shit that they've been saying to you, or the way that they've been treating you. Thank you for having that patience. Love is strong, Leo. You see what love does? It helps us not do crazy things sometimes, right? Because you care about this person, because you care about your sister or your brother, your mother or your father. That's why you haven't knocked them the fuck out yet. Normally, Leo would be quick to knock a motherfucker out. Like, what the fuck? Who are you talking to like that? But this is where the weak gets separated from the obsolete, where if you truly care about the situation that you're in, Leo, I'm going to tell you to fight for it. I'm going to tell you that this is going to change you, that this is going to help you grow into the individual that you need to be, and to that destiny that you need to align yourself to. You're going straight to it. But if you at any point feel that you're being overly criticized, you're being overly taken advantage of, you're being manipulated, which I don't know how you could be manipulated, Leo, or you're being disrespected, or you're feeling that you're not on the same page with someone, just slow your roll. Okay? I don't like telling people what to do, so I'm not going to say, oh, leave the situation behind, break up, do this, do that. Because shit, I'm in the same situation myself. My family drives me fucking crazy. And like I said, I want to run away from them, but they're family. I can't just get up and just block them out. No, I have to work with them, especially because I live with them. But for you guys, it's a little different. It's in a sense where some of you are dealing with lovers, some of you are dealing with work situations. But I feel like when it comes to work and family, it's a little different from dealing with a lover. Because a lover, you have the option to just cut. Right? Or you have the option to just pull away. With family, you can't do that, especially if you're living with them. Or at work, you can't do that because you need to go to work in order to get that income. For those Leos that are facing this stuff at work, I would say before you decide to do anything, look for another job. Okay? And if you're dealing with family, I would say please try to have as much as patience you can, because at the end of the day, it's still family. If you're not living with them, then yes, cut them the fuck off and keep moving. But if you are living with them, try to make peace. Try to find a meridian, or a medium, not a meridian, a medium, where both of you and your family can see eye to eye. And again, if it's not working, then you got to move out, right? What are you going to do? Sit there and continue being in a toxic situation? And that's another thing. If you are in a toxic situation, Leo, you have to move, because moving forward, your movements have a lot to do with you getting to your destiny. So whatever moves you make are going to help you either get to your destiny or pull you away from your destiny. So remember that at the end of the day. So whatever you were going through last night, hopefully this morning you woke up and you felt a little more confident about tackling the day and tackling the situations at hand. I really pray over you guys for patience and peace and comfort, because that's what we're going to be really needing going forward for the next month or so. All right, because the next month or so is really going to carve out what's going on for Leo. Like, where is Leo sitting? Where is Leo standing? Is Leo still dealing with the same situation? Because what I've noticed about Leos is if they keep dealing in toxic situations, it really takes away from the love that they have in their heart and the beautiful people that they can be. Usually Leos, what happens with us is when we care about someone, we tend to take their traits on, and we try to, we look at the things that our partner is doing, or our significant other is doing, or our family member is doing, or what our job is doing, in a sense like, it's okay. It's okay. We start making excuses. And I think these next couple of months are going to carve out, are we making excuses? Or are we enabling these people? Are we enabling the situation by staying in it? Should we open up our mouths and say something? Which I definitely think that's what everybody needs to do, because that's the way to be. Communication is key. If you're not communicating, you're not going to get what you want. And it doesn't matter how you communicate. If the person you're communicating to doesn't understand you, then that's not the person for you. Always remember that, Leo. And this applies to every other sign too. If the person you're communicating with does not understand you, maybe they're not the one for you, because the right person won't think that you're too much or too little. The right person will understand your heart. That's why we tell you, go for someone who understands your emotions and your heart. If you go for someone who just likes the way you look, or how much money you make, or your status quo, it's not going to work, because this person is not in love with your soul. This person is not in love with your heart. And Leos, at the end of the day, you want a fairy tale. Shit, I want a fairy tale. I would like someone who loves my heart and who loves my soul, who loves my mind, and you want the same thing, Leos. I know you do, but hang in there. Whatever situation you're going through, I promise you, is trying to teach you a lesson. But today you're going to wake up and you're going to have clarity to either fight fairly or fight in a facetious way. All right. So I'll leave you guys with that. So happy new moon. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Happy weekend. And happy birthday to all the Leos out there. I didn't get a chance to say that since we're getting closer and closer to Virgo season. I just wanted to shout out and say, Leos, I love you. Happy birthday. I'm on the same team as you. I'm a Leo rising, so I know what you're going through. I went through it last night, and thankfully I woke up this morning with this boost of energy where I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going all in. You know what I mean? But that's my decision. I hope either you make the same decision or you make a decision that's better for yourself, all right? Go big or go home. I love you guys. Take care.